I'm pretty sure
Put
I
it
cut
in
that
the
off
chat.
early by accident, but whoops.
Not that long ago.
We're good.
Like good as in live?
Yeah, we are live.
We're live.
Hi.
Welcome back, everybody. If you're there, and what a exciting last session that we had. The end of an arc. You guys made it to the observatory, the fallen observatory that fell from the peaks of Mount Celestia down into the this strange vampiric cavern underneath the secluded town of Whalehaven. Last we left off, the spirit of the warrior, which was possessed by the archdevil Xerxes. His spirit was split into two, an evil and a good half. The good half was free to walk over and direct you to this the observatory center. There's a dial, like some sort of dial device, and he's projecting all of these different possible futures and paths along the timeline for you guys. And the evil side of his spirit was pulled into Mount Celestia for judgment by a divine hand of radiant energy. Jorg ran off to warn the rest of the town what was happening after, and that was going on between the during this big this battle with Hope and the dwarven warrior. Now, before we get started, that was just a quick recap. I just want to see how everybody's doing. Mike, you have some good news, some awesome news and stuff, right?
I got some great news. So, outside of this stream, I have been working the past 5 months frantically to try to pull funding for this Amazon documentary that I'm trying to make about a world record feat that has yet to be done. I'm not going to disclose exactly what it is, but just know it's going to be epic. And in order to procure funding, you have to get used to hundreds of companies telling you no. So, after 5 long months, finally got some funding, rented the property, on the first steps of getting this done. So, in the right direction.
Killer,
Nice.
Mike.
That's awesome.
Congrats.
That's so awesome.
And Ashley,
Yeah.
you've I know we talked about this a little bit in prior sessions, but fruits of all of your labor are finally coming to fruition. So, what's going on with the book?
So my book is finally not only published but out to the public to purchase, which is awesome. So I was gonna say Nick actually already purchased one, which is awesome, and you guys can get it on thecarseatchronicles.com. I don't have it on Amazon yet, but there it is. It's blurry.
There we go.
Yep.
It's called The Tiniest Superhero, and if you guys heard, I think it was like our first or second session when I was talking about it. It is about our son who is in the NICU, but more of a whimsical way, and to put like kind of a positive spin on such like a horrible thing that goes on with some mothers and some babies. And yeah, if you would like to purchase it, I'm sure that after this we can put it on our chat on the actual website so that we can make a clickable link. And yeah, it's out and ready to purchase, which is awesome. So we've been dealing with that.
Link for Ashley in description. Link for Mike in the description.
Yeah.
Link. Who else needs links?
Well, I was going to say, just for clarification, I actually bought 2.
That is true.
Just throwing it out there. Hey.
He did buy 2. He did buy 2. He has a special one that's signed by David though.
Yes,
So.
that is true.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be worth a fortune in like 10 years. So
Yeah.
hold on to that.
Who's next?
I'm hoping like Good Morning America or something catches on to it. So that'd be
Oh
really
my
cool.
God. That'd be so cool.
All right. Who's next? Anybody have anything special going on, or is it just these two? Oh, Dylan, let's hear what's going on with you.
It's not like a big deal, but it's kind of a really big deal. So I know we've all been to the middle school book fair and looked at the Guinness Book of World Record books and like, sweet, this is an awesome book. I wish I had a world record. So you are looking at a new Guinness Book of World Record holder right here. I'll be in the book. in 2023.
That's awesome.
What's it
Wow.
for?
Yes. Yes.
Most amount of counter spells dropped without any
Yeah,
counter
what is
spell.
the
Are you a centerfold? Oh, that's a different book.
Obviously.
Sorry.
what's the thing? What's the
So I lifted the most amount of weight by Atlas Stone in 1 hour. The previous record was around 30,000 pounds, and I crushed the guy lifting a total of 37,000 pounds.
Damn.
Damn.
That's it.
Pussy. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
That's awesome, dude.
Damn.
Wow.
All right, who's the next overachiever, or should we get to the underachievers?
I put on a shirt.
I mean, I
Hell
feel
yeah,
like
brother.
I'm holding 37,000 pounds right now, but
Put on a shirt.
what? I mean, it looks like it.
There we go.
Oh,
Nothing much. I'm still going to animation class. If you guys, again, like, I'm plugging the plug. If you're in Connecticut and you want a cool place to buy stuff, you go to Battlegrounds Gaming in Norwalk, Connecticut, and they got everything D&D status. So, as long as we're plugging the plugs, that's all I have to report. I'm excited because I think that Oren has had his fill of adventures and swashbuckling, and this owlbear just like sprung to life on his back. So he's like, he's a little he's like, bruh, I gotta kick it into Steve Irwin mode. So this perchance might be the finale of our friend. So,
What about you, Tim?
Back to you, Dave.
Nothing special going on over here. I am just the only thing that is special in my life.
Special to me.
But I'm wicked excited for this session. Dave snuck in a bunch of bonuses to our character sheet this week, which was I thought he was going to pick one of the things that we picked, and he ended up slipping them all in there. So with the boon also probably comes some sort of a bane. So
We'll see. You know how much I love those.
I do. I'm really curious to see what this session has in store for us.
Get my book of curses ready, and Nick.
Yeah, dude, I am vibing. I saw the JJK movie today, the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. Holy smokes! What a piece! What a piece of media. And then, I mean, Elden Ring is out. I mean, that's the biggest news of all. Christmas came early.
What content?
That's awesome. And as for me, I'm probably the underachiever here. I've been doing like nothing but working. So
Yeah, but tell them how you got a new system. So that's pretty cool.
My
so that you don't
computer
have
is
a computer.
Yeah, my computer is now the size of a mini fridge, so we're good to go. We're ready to rock
That's
and roll.
So awesome.
So,
hey, weren't you also the? Isn't there a new a show coming out on HBO?
Come on, babe.
Oh, there we go. I forgot. Oh yeah.
Your truncheon.
You can finally talk about it. You can finally talk about it.
That's right. So I had the opportunity to give baton twirling lessons to John Bernthal on the set of the HBO series coming out April 25th of this year. We Own the City. It's based on a true story about a bunch of corrupt cops in Baltimore. I can't wait to watch it. But yeah, that's basically it. It's gonna be killer.
It looks so good.
Dude, I can't wait. Hey, the baton twirling in the trailer was probably the best part, but
I know.
Exactly.
I was like,
maybe I'm a little biased, but let's get started.
That was my boy.
Can we get started?
yes, we can.
Let's get started. All right, awesome. So, like I said, refresher. This is what's going on. As you stand in front of this portal, this dwarven warrior spirit, this guardian of Whalehaven, the guardian of the Husk Valley, one of the trio, the god, the warrior, and the monster, is standing before you, offering you one person, one path towards whatever part of their life they want to go back to. Now, very rarely very rarely do I make these decisions for the players, but for the sake of advancing on to the next arc, and I think it's fair, I'm going to make this decision for you guys. I think that will be counterbalance the wonderful gifts in a feat, a tool proficiency, a skill proficiency, expertise, and a language that I gave everybody. Oh, and also an ability score increase. But this is what happens. You're all standing in front, looking side to side. Orin, he has his hand on this new owlbear that spontaneously grew to 4 years of age from that beam of aging magical energy that the Hope blasted towards them. He's looking back and forth, and he sees the dial being spun, and he can see images of his son growing up as a kid and pushing him on the swing. There's a quick spin of the dial. Bliss sees every single hand of every game of poker that he will ever play for all of his opponents. And it just these images back of Azula sees her home. Pashta, for some reason, something's not showing up. It's a little cloudy. And Yorig, you're seeing images of your father, where you're actually seeing your father in the true light that, the real light of him being a manipulative person and setting you up for failure. You're seeing all of this in front of you. But collectively, Yorig, you come back from warning the others and actually slaying one of the demon creatures that was masquerading as Hope's father. When you left, you encountered him attacking the sleeping NPCs in that cavern. You're able to thwart him basically single-handedly and come back to the party. That's where you see all this happening. That's how Yorg is coming back in. But collectively, you look towards one another and you realize that you guys found something more special and more powerful, and that is the unity between each other. In this short time, these 2 weeks or so that you spent together, you've grown together as not just individuals but as a group, and you see that you want to see what the future holds together as a group of misfits. So, with that being said,
it is all blacked out for me.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Making sure.
It is a man to be blacked out.
What? Year.
Oh,
Right
damn.
there.
Wow.
Skip.
Oh.
Amazing. Oh my god.
So, this is the now bustling village of Fairwillow, back Orin and Kasha's hometown. Over the course of the year, the shroud surrounding the Husk Valley has been lifted. The mines of Whalehaven, the immense treasure of natural resources from Whalehaven, has been now being utilized by both towns. You're able to set up a very prosperous trade route between the two towns, sharing life-giving resources and treasures from around the world, from Fairwillow down to Whalehaven, and the immense value of the platinum and gold and silver coming from the mines back and forth. For the most part, you're all household names within these two towns, seeing as saviors of the valley. You become full-time members of the Orston Guild and House, where you were paid your 150 gold pieces for completing the adventure, bringing back evidence of the guards that were killed prior to your departure from Fairwillow, and also slaying the bronze-backed owlbear. Now, it's been a year. Kashta has taken up the role as he's moved it's not a hut, but he has his own, I guess you can call it a library, in a spookier kind of, spookier kind of way, within the town limits. And people are coming to see these different mystical, magical effects. You're just wowing the masses, and you're inspiring a whole new generation of witch doctors who are trying to peer ever deeper into the astral plane. Bliss, you started your own tavern. You have your own. The underside is a tavern. Up top is a storage. But might run some underground and late night extreme high risk poker games that the guard is not too keen on, or they might be. Aaron, you're it's Orin or no Aaron,
Aaron's
Or-
fine.
Aaron.
Yeah, but
Aaron.
also preferred Vi, if that
Vi.
helps.
Buy. You have a nice little. You're able to kind of earn your place in these several adventures that you guys engaged in over the past year, and you have a small bit of property within the town. Small little row home right in the middle of the town center, which is now becoming a small city.
I'll take it.
Jorg, same thing. You have your own full-fledged tinkering shop, full of tons of different tinkering materials and mundane and some magical things. Also, you were gifted a staff of enfeeblement. That was the red lens from Norm. So you can cast the enfeeblement spell once per day with the staff.
Nice.
Let's see, Zula. On getting back, you guys gave her about 10% of the funds, and she went back to her village and to bring this money back and really help her people out and rebuild after these orc attacks and orc raids that have been ravaging her land. Orin, you've been able to hire a couple more hands at your lumber mill. Your property now extending into the Husk Valley, which otherwise wasn't able to go farther because of the shroud. So, yeah, that's where everybody's at right now. I guess we could start right into the adventure. So, once per year, and it just so happens to be this year, let's see, down the main road, it's called the Traders Road. It comes right down through the main, Fairwillow Township. Now, let's see. Where is it here? I have it in my notes. Give me 1 second. Oh, where is it on here? Oh, here we go. So, down the trade route, an enormous caravan with ornately ordained horses come traveling down. It's a caravan of multiple wagons with several bards singing songs and announcing the arrival of Lord Alexander the Boisterous and his welfare caravan, where this caravan would come once a year, and it would be escorted by several of the royal guards and deliver welfare supplies, grains and oats and ale, barrels and barrels of water, all sorts of things, fresh fruit and vegetables, to the city center. It would do a big loop around the market and then leave. Fairwillow, even though prior to you helping out the town was a very poor town, it was seen as so we just dropped somebody. It was seen as taboo to take from this caravan, as it was seen as dishonorable, lazy, and taboo to take anything from it. But now, because the two villages are doing so well, no one's even paying it a second thought. Along with this caravan, as it's rounding the market square, stopping and leaving, a courier runs a note to the Orston Gilden house, where Aaron is sitting outside sharpening a piece of wood, passing the time.
All right.
He
I'm
passes a note to me. I'm sorry.
To Aaron.
Oh,
Fine.
sorry. Yeah, I
Aaron.
just got. My landlord needed me for a couple minutes.
Oh, no problem.
What'd
So
I miss?
a courier comes along with the caravan through the trade route and runs a letter to the Orston Gilden house where Aaron is sitting, just sharpening a piece of wood, passing the time, enjoying the nice day.
Oi, what do you have there?
A message from the Lord. Cheers. And he runs off.
From the Lord. Do I know where everyone kind of is right now, or?
You know where you can find them. I would say if you spent an hour, you can gather everybody together.
Hmm. I think Vi would probably find Kashta first. Which I assume, Kasha, you're just at your hut.
I am at my new repository.
So I kind of, spend the time to walk there and we'll walk in. Kashta, you here?
Is that my very attractive friend Vi?
Please, enough. I could go find Bliss if if you're gonna keep this up.
Oh, you're going to bring 2 elves into my shop next. Ooh.
All right. Listen. Courier came with a letter from the Lord.
What does it say?
I haven't opened it yet. I don't know if we want to or if we want to grab the group first.
The letter was handed to you, yes?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Well, then it is yours to open.
All right, I open it, and what does it tell me?
It's addressed to the physical location of Orston Gilden House, with the intended receiver being the Misfits, being Oren, Rosie, Kashta, Oren, everybody, right? And it basically is we humbly and respectfully request your presence at the honoring of the death of Olgmer Backbreaker, great adventuring hero of the Lefties, as well as the being humble and respected guests of the curator.
Olga's
Left?
dead?
Olgmer Backbreaker.
Oh, maybe
This is the alternate
child?
universe? Oh.
So I'd say,
Dad?
well, it looks like we're to
Son?
attend a service.
And the service is being held within the Castle Prouver, which is in the grand city of Yield, and I will spell that for you. City.
And it's tonight?
And it's within a few days.
Oh, within a few days. I'd kind of
It's going to be about a day's travel there.
got it. I'd kind of fold up the letter back to where it was. Look at it, kind of tap Kasha on the shoulder with it, and on my way out, I say, I'll go tell the rest of the group, but it looks like we're gonna need some fine wear. So maybe seeking out a tailor shop so we can look our best.
One second. Do you think you could lend me a hand briefly?
Sure. What do you need?
Dave, would you say within that year, that we gained all those proficiencies and stuff that you so kindly added to our sheets, that Kashta would have retrieved the blood red gems from what the hell was that guy's name? The Staller, the gnome
Norm.
Staller, Norm.
You have the one as the focus, and then Yorick has one in a staff that he set in the staff.
He set in his staff or my staff?
You have a raw, like a lens carved into like a lens. That's yours, and then Yorick's is actually set into a staff.
Oh, dope. So what's the lens do?
What have to find out. I'm sure it does something when it's paired with something.
Oh snap. Okay, I would just say that I would be making modifications to my quarterstaff because I want it to be like, super witch doctory.
Okay.
But we can talk about that later. I would just say that this is like the starting of
I'm
the.
sure that a discussion with Jorg and the trip all the way up there, you guys would be able to put something together.
Yeah. But basically to Vi, I would you strike this chisel and leave this insignia on my staff, please? I will hold it where I like it. And it's Hope's chisel out of his smithing kit that I kept.
Oh. Okay, cool.
I'd say I've never done a day of smithing, but just tell me like this,
Just give it a good smack.
and I give it a good smack.
Cool. Let's roll.
Cool.
All right.
Okay, cool. As you step out, you see a strange creature in the form of a four-legged like dragon, mixed with a blue dragonfly, and it is tied up to a wagon. And you see this dainty person who you know is Rosie. She is a recent hire at the Orson Gilden House. Riding it, and in the back of the wagon, you have basically the NPC that's been following around for the past couple of months. His name's Fran. He is also a gnome, and he kind of helps you with like the odds and ends, taking care of tasks here and there when you're in larger cities and things like that. They pull up. Rosie, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Oh. We changed the name, but yeah.
Hey. Do I need to introduce myself really if they already kind of know me?
Well,
We'll say something that's in
in the-
character, Rosie.
What do you look like? Yeah, like describe what you look like, maybe,
Okay.
or
Rosie, as I guess I'll describe her and then I'll talk. As dainty as she is tough, and she is a recent hire to the Misfits. But before she was a misfit, or like still kind of is one on the download, she was a bounty hunter. And so she is out looking for bounties and is actually well known as one of the toughest bounty hunters, as dainty as she looks.
Nice.
so Fran answers up and he sees Aaron and Costa, and he goes, "Yeah, I want to ride, get in the back of the wagon."
yeah, definitely say like Vi's like, Rosie, friend, get your ride. Kasha, you're coming with, right?
Oh, what did that gnome just say to us?
He says, "Just grab your thing and get in the back of the wagon."
He's telling you to get into the back of the wagon. Like, are you guys coming or not?
Is where you make it, and I get in the back of the wagon.
I step right to.
Come on, Boris, we got it. We start riding.
So, for the sake of time, would you guys say that everybody's collected up and ready to go?
Yeah.
Be nice
Yeah.
if Oren was. You saw Oren just chopping wood, and you're just like, "Hey, Oren,
Over
you want
the
to join?"
In the back of the wagon.
So over the next hour, you guys explain to Fran that there's this very prestigious event that you were invited to by this person, this mysterious benefactor known as the Curator, who wants you to go on their behalf. You explain that to everybody, and Fran goes and basically says that he knows of a place where you guys can get some fine wares in the city of Yelnd. It's one of his favorite places to go. So why you all get to take a seat in the wagon? We take a ride up to you.
Right on, friend. Right on.
Right.
Home is where you make it.
Only way you make it.
I
Sorry, Rosie, go.
I was gonna say, so I just pat on like Boris's back a direction so that he starts going.
Sure.
Boris is the dragonfly, half dragon, half fly.
Boris.
All right.
Boris.
Oh.
With
Rosie, why
Boris,
don't you go
really?
and sit down on the
Like,
back
you
of Boris,
didn't
and
care?
I'll go ahead and take them reins from you.
Fran, you know this already. We've known each other for how long? I am the only one that rides Boris. Get back there.
All right, sounds good. So, you guys ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
We're gonna say, how much gold do you guys want to take right now? Let's say over the course of your adventures, you have about 50,000 gold tied up in assets, which is going to take a while to just in time to get that, and then another 15,000 in gold that you're able to readily access from your different vaults and things like that. So of that 15,000, you can send Fran back when you guys are taking care of your business. He can get a couple of notes and he can get some money here and there, but it's going to take a while to get that access to that extra money.
Do we trust Fran enough?
How
Been-
long?
You've
How
been
long?
paying.
He's a misfit.
He's been basically a civilian hire for the Misfits for about the past 8 months. He's been very reliable. He's been running messages for you guys. He's been taking care of that stuff. You can definitely trust him.
Would we know how
Still don't
much?
trust
And we
fine clothes
trust
usually
you?
go for?
You know.
I'm sorry.
Would we know how much fine clothes usually go for, and like how long this trip might be? Like,
This trip, it's about a one day trip there, 1 day trip back. Obviously, the event is going to be a day from when your expected time to get there. I'm not sure how long you guys plan to spend there, but for one to fit in with everybody else, it's probably going to cost about 500 gold pieces per fine set of clothing
Don't
just to fit in.
Vi and myself have those super fine set of clothes that we picked up from the treasure room.
Yeah.
So you guys do.
So I'll be wearing those as I'm already on the cart. And just kind of looking down at the rest of the group who's not dressed up.
I'd
Bumpy ride there, Blitz.
I'd also, just for the money thing, if that's the case with our garb, Vi will personally take 25 gold assorted coins.
Rod.
I would
25
say
gold.
I would say also 25 gold in assorted pieces, but also enough to buy some garbage.
Can we say about 1,000 a piece? Is that fair?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Because I was gonna say I need 500.
Pretty fair.
All right, cool. So you guys, that's how much. I just want to establish. I want to establish how much money that you guys have available to you. This is going to take time to get money out. Right, you guys ready to take a ride?
So I'm putting down I have 1,000 gold of assorted coins.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you only needed 25, but now you have 1,000.
I have 975 more than
Well, we're going to see. You're going to the grand city of Yilm.
I'm just afraid we're gonna get pickpocketed or something.
Yeah.
and-
I would do
But
that.
fortunately, I've got a pass perception up the wazoo.
So, as you guys gather everything that you need, you have everything in chests ready to rock and roll. Are you guys leaving in this fine clothing, or are you going to be in your normal adventuring wear?
I'll be leaving in my
Do
fine.
we-
Fine clothing.
I would be in adventurer's wear, and I will pick
Same.
something up in the new
Yeah.
shitty.
I'm not leaving my fur coat. It stays on.
So, as everybody is getting back in the wagon, Rosie, you're sitting back on top of Boris. Fran, he has the reins. He's kind of maintaining the wagon, and you begin to leave your new home, Fairwillow, towards the grand city of Yilm. As you pass through these brightly lit forests, the cobblestone path starts to change to more dirt and gravel path, and you come to a stone bridge. It's a relatively short stone bridge crossing a very fast running river. The bridge is about 20 feet long and about 15 feet wide.
It's gonna take us forever.
Okay. So as you guys approach the bridge, Aaron, you see something slithering, something large that is
Are
coiled around.
those their stealth rolls?
Yes.
My passive perception is 17.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I thought it was 22. All right, gotcha. So never mind.
Mine's
So,
an 18.
well, just since I already said it, as you guys
Hold
approach,
on, it is different on my sheet. That's weird. I will look into that. But on
well, because I
D&D,
added +5. Because I added
oh,
+5.
because of the observant, which then I took back. So yeah, 17. Sorry, I'll fix that right
Gotcha.
now.
No problem. I'll just make one. Okay, gotcha. So anyways, so here we go. So you see something large. It's green. It's bumpy. It's almost completely blended in with the background, the bank of the bridge. As you guys get closer, you can start hearing this deep bellowing, this followed by this forceful hiss. The wagon comes to a stop. Fran goes, The wagon comes to a stop, and this enormous green constrictor snake comes out from underneath of the bridge and begins to engage you on the just as right before you cross the bridge. I need everybody to roll initiative for me.
Oh yeah.
Right off the rip.
Yep.
Off the rip. Hold on 1 second.
Savage.
Pull up my card out.
26.
All right, I'm gonna start at the top
Dang.
with Jorg. What do you got?
19.
19. Ashta.
10.
10. Orin.
Sorry, it's taking its time loading. Do we see this on screen or is it?
I will put it up. Don't worry. I'm just getting all the initiatives going.
2.
2. All right. Bliss.
11.
11. Aaron.
26.
26.
That
All
plus
right.
10, baby.
And yep. And Rosie and Boris. You guys are going to share initiative.
22.
22. I'm going to.
Wow.
All right. Let me see if I got the. Where the heck is it on here? Excuse me. Where is it on here? I think I can do it from here. There we go. All right. At the top of the Aaron, you see this enormous snake just slither out from underneath the bridge and begin to snap towards Boris.
Oh yeah, so I immediately on the back, I almost take my quarterstaff and vault myself towards it, coming up and whatchamacallit, just striking it with one hand with the quarterstaff.
Okay. Then roll.
So that'll be a 15 to hit.
A 15, my friend, is most definitely a hit.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool. I'm gonna spend a key point to use stunning strike on it, and that is 11 points. Max roll one-handed.
All right. And
it's a
what is the
DC
saving throw?
15.
Whiz.
Wisdom
con?
15, I believe. Let me double check really quick. Con 15. My bad.
+1. Doing difference.
Damn. Yeah, and then I'm gonna come in with my second attack, which is gonna be my unarmed strike for 25.
That's
Oh, I
definitely
should
a hit.
move my character over there. My bad. I'm gonna spend another key point to stun it. That's 12 points of damage.
Okay.
I don't see my character on the map. Just saying.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'll pull them out for you. I'm sorry.
Okay. No,
I wasn't sure if you were when I made
No.
the map. I wasn't sure if you were playing.
you good, baby. You good.
Mhm.
All right, cool. Dice roller, and this is for save 7. So you strike, whack, boom, boom, and then, and you can see it's on the ground, and it's just kind of like coiling back and forth and messes. It's completely stunned, just nodding over itself.
I'm gonna look back and say, "I've got it stunned. Come in." And I'm gonna come in with one more, not expending any more key points, but just my martial arts bonus action unarmed strike.
At advantage, my friend.
At advantage, and I've got Elven. I don't know how do you want to, because I've got Elven accuracy, so that allows me to re-roll. It's whenever I'll post it in chat really quick.
Is it dex based or is it just ranged?
Here, I will. So whenever you have advantage on an attack roll using dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, you can re-roll one of the dice once.
All right, yeah, I would say yeah, absolutely.
All
That's
right.
how rules is written. Yep.
So I'll do advantage.
It would be 3d20s.
Oh, okay. So I'll do it on a roll 20 then.
Because you already have advantage.
Yeah. So that'll be.
So you're gonna re-roll. If you don't like it, you re-roll one, right?
I got
Is
it.
that how it works?
Yeah. It's,
Gotcha.
if I don't like one, I'll re-roll it. So I'll play it different this time. But the
Well, listen, all of them
highest
hit.
is.
All of them hit. So
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
So I'll roll damage for that unarmed strike and 8
What is it?
points of bludgeoning damage.
8 points of bludgeoning damage as you strike strike with this incredible force with your bare knuckles.
And I'm just gonna reposition, kind of like moving around it, so the rest of my friends could come in.
Gotcha.
I just want to
That's
yell
my
out, be
turn.
like, "Get him, Vi! You don't even need us."
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like rolling my shoulders, just like, getting into it.
All right.
And it's my turn.
Rosie, you're up.
Okay. So I am off the bat going to already do my extra attack and my Drake companion. So from there I'm going to take out my archery, and I'm going to do caustic quiver, which is 1d6 acid. So let's see if it hits. Oh, 7.
Nope, you gotta roll for add that after. So
Oh, okay. So do I just roll?
where it says dragon wing bow, you should see it on there.
Right under, sorry. Is that... There we go.
There you go.
22.
22 is definitely a
that
hit.
is-
22
Mine-
gonna freaking
now-
hit.
So now what you're gonna do is it adds an extra d6 of whatever type you want. Well, actually it's infused with lightning, so it only does lightning.
Mhm.
Yes.
So if you click the dragon wing bow, click on that. It does 8 piercing and 3 lightning.
Perfect. And then I'm gonna do, since I'm doing the double attack, then I'm going to do...
Now this is where I'm just walking you through it. So if you chose to use one of your caustic arrows,
Mhm.
you can add that 1d6 poison damage to it.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so
And
I was gonna do infused strike with lightning, but...
You can do that too.
Okay, yeah, let me do infused strike with lightning to just like double hit with the lightning. So, let's see. Oh, 8.
8. It did 8.
8 points of damage. Oh, so it already hits
Actually,
with that?
No, I'm sorry. No, you got to click the thing. You got to click the where it says infuse.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
it's
No,
it's
on the
reading it
attack.
as an attack. You have to click infuse strikes, and they'll roll damage.
Same thing you did for the
I-
longbow.
There you
I
go.
am.
No.
I
In the chat.
am.
No,
in the
in the
chat.
chat.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was like...
8 was the
okay.
attack.
2.
Okay,
Gotcha.
perfect. That's what I thought. Okay, so it was 2 lightning. And then on top of that, because I have my Drake companion, my bonus action is to tell him to attack.
Awesome.
So then I'm gonna do like the 2 arrows, hit the snake, and then I'm gonna go to Boris, let him off, and I tell him to Boris bite.
All right.
He's got advantage because he's stunned.
Yep.
Oh, perfect. So should I roll it
that
again?
Yep, roll that again.
All right, so I'll take the 20.
Gotcha.
Does the
So
20 hit?
Yep, and you just gotta click the
Boris bite.
Boris's bite. Yep.
Right,
5
so he
piercing.
does 5 piercing
And 2 lightning.
and 2 lightning.
Gotcha. Awesome. So as you're you fire these arrows, the snake is now just like completely just rolling over itself, tying itself in knots. It's stunned. There's arcs of lightning going across it, and then you just hear Boris just fly over with these bug-like wings and just start ripping into it with its mandibles, like almost like a praying mantis.
Whoa.
Nice.
Next up
And
is
then,
sorry.
I was gonna say after Boris's attack, I do my whistle, and he comes back, which he takes the dodge action, and
doesn't have to.
Or he doesn't have to because of everything, but he dodges, and I put him back onto our thing.
Gotcha. So the snake needs to make a saving throw, right?
No, it is on my turn. He is stunned until my next turn.
Cool. All right. So at this time, a second snake is going to appear from underneath the
Wonderful.
bridge, and it is going to make its attack against Rosie. And what does it do? Let me see. Attack.
Wonderful.
All right, it's going to attempt to constrict you. Will 17 hit?
Ah, it just hits.
All right, 2d8 plus 4.
Damn it.
All right, it does 18 points of damage, and you are grappled. Until the grapple ends, you are restrained, and it cannot constrict another target. So it's going to do that. Does it get a second attack? Nope, that's it. Just going to... Cool, so that's that. All right, next up is going to be Jorg.
I'm assuming this is like a fast-moving current under the bridge.
Very fast.
Sick. So when that second snake pops out, like it takes me by surprise, and I kind of like jump back and pop open my coat, and out of one of the pockets, it just shoots out a an hourglass, a very small hourglass, and it goes over that second snake that popped out, and just pops open to go with Vortex Wrap, which I can't find in Roll20, but there's the description, so it's a Constitution saving throw.
All right, cool. So, that's
So as that sand just goes around the snake, it's going to alter the time around it.
Ooh.
a 4.
So,
So keep in mind, Rosie is also in that.
that's what I was going to ask. It's only the target. Does that mean it's the person in
another
the grapple
okay,
as
no,
well?
No, it would say if it says specifically a creature, not an area. So yeah, I would say just the creature.
So I'm going to transport that target into this flowing water, which I'm assuming this is the downstream, right here.
Right here. Okay. I would say that I'll give Rosie a reaction to break the grapple. So, and I'll give you advantage on that. You can use acrobatics, or you can use athletics, whatever you choose. And this has a +4.
22.
Okay, let's see if this thing has a
Nice.
12. So this swirling mass of just like of time and sand just appears in this small little explosion above it, and just pulls the snake. You unwind from its coils. You fall right on your butt, and he throws it out into the water, and the water just rips it downstream. And one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
so
is my turn.
the killer, man. Bliss, you're up.
Sweet. Yeah, so, prior to this thing showing up, I was just, enjoying my ride on the wagon, showing Kasha next to me card trick that I was perfecting over the year. And I was like, fine, I guess I'll join in and help. I couldn't take care of this one. So I hop out of the cart, still dressed in my fine clothes, very dark royal purple with that gold trim and gold buttons and the little fluff stuff coming around the collar with still my long hair pouring over it. So I hop out, put the cards away. In front of me, that invisible, translucent deck of cards just appear and fit just right onto my forearm, and coming up with my rapier first, approaching this stunned snake, going in with the rapier at first.
With advantage
18.
too.
Advantage.
Cool. That was
Oh,
close.
almost,
That was
yeah.
close.
All right, so let's roll that damage. All right, 13 piercing. This also uses sneak attack, correct? Because
Yes, it does.
Nick is there.
Not just that, he's stunned. Whenever you have advantage, you get sneak attack. Once per turn.
Damn. All right,
Yes.
so 24 points.
You can-
13
you
of
can see
piercing,
that.
11 sneak.
You pierce into the leathery hide of this constrictor snake as it's just ripping around itself. You can see that it's definitely worse for wear. It's not doing good.
And then coming in with the bonus action, that same forearm that just appeared with those translucent cards, just pulling one up off of my... Oh shit, no way. Nice. We're gonna go for the hit and just flick it right on top of the belly side of his underneck.
Okay.
17 with advantage. 23, same thing. All right. It's gonna be a 9 force.
Almost.
14.
It's getting there.
So what is that? 23? 23.
23 points of damage. All right. Is that your turn?
That's gonna end my turn. I'm gonna stay right
Tasha,
there.
you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna try something, and we'll see if it works. I would like to cast Levitate on the giant snake. Well, first off, is it above 500 pounds?
It is a large creature. So let's see what the average weight of a horse is.
Oh fuck, that's like
Yeah,
1,200
it'd be-
pounds.
Yeah, they heavy.
660 pounds is the average weight of a horse. So I would say it is well over 500 pounds.
Okay. Never mind then. I was gonna try to levitate the creature in the air so Orin could blast the shit out of it without damaging anybody else. That would have been pretty cool. But since that is gonna be a no-go, I will cast one Mind Vapor die and force it to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Which is my spell save plus. We went over this last time. I think I've been doing this wrong. Do I roll a die for one? Like,
You roll. So the way that Mind Vapor works is you can roll as many up to your intelligence modifier as you want, right?
Yep.
So you can expend just one or up to, I think, 5, right? Now, the more you roll, you obviously increase your odds of rolling high, and then you can pick the highest one and add the highest one to your spell savings.
I got it. So, what's the die that I roll for that?
It's a D6.
Okay. So I just roll 1d6. It's a 2. So 17 spell save DC of wisdom.
Rolled a 4.
Schmap. Okay, it perceives me as its deepest enemy. And it's
Okay.
afraid of me.
Frightened. All right. So it has disadvantage on attack rolls, and it can't willingly approach you. All right.
Yep, that's my turn.
Orin, you're up. You're muted.
Hello.
Muted.
You're muted.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's my fault.
Perfect.
So I'm burping a lot, so I have to I have to mute it so we don't get a lot of burps. So normally, if it was a human being, this matter would be over in a frost-tinged spectacle. But since I am a man of nature, I do not want this animal to suffer. In fact, if I was hoping it would just leave us alone, but it has chosen death. So I am going to just provide some light crossbow coverage from the cart.
That works for me.
Solid.
All right, both of those hit, or either of those hit, or we didn't roll. It's yeah, it's advantage. So just click where it says light crossbow in the chat. 5 piercing. You hold up your hand crossbow. The bolt, and all that writhing movement in the snake just stops, and it goes completely limp, falls down onto the ground, and it is dead.
Nice.
Is that your turn?
Nice shot, Orin.
There we go.
I have been practicing. They are glorious creatures, but they are not known for their patient temper.
Out
I saw
of the
that.
other side of the bridge comes a
Oh, great.
lighter colored snake
Oh god.
with these 2 horns on either sides of its head, 2 dripping fangs, and what appears to be a red jewel embedded in its forehead.
Oh, wonderful.
In your head, you guys, you don't hear it, but in your heads you hear, feel the wrath of the Thubanth. And I need Bliss to, make a Constitution saving throw.
Damn.
Oh
Too bad.
boy. Is this some kind of magic thing or being charmed?
Of course.
Nope.
Feel the
Nope.
wrath
All right.
of the
I'm
Thuban.
sorry. What check again?
A
Constitution.
Constitution saving throw.
You got it. 14.
Okay. You can see the jewel on its head begin to light up and start to glow, and it looks like it's buzzing and humming, and its giant beam of red energy, arcing energy, zooms through the air. Everybody else can feel the heat coming off of this beam, striking you. Failed the saving throw. You start to notice that starting from your feet up to your knees, your body's beginning to turn to stone. You are now currently restrained. You must repeat the saving throw at the end of your next turn. On a success, the effect ends. On a failure, the target is petrified until freed by some pretty powerful healing magic. So you're starting to turn to stone. What else is this thing going to do? It is going to seek cover behind the pillar here on the bridge, and it's going to gain a +2 bonus of half cover to its AC. Next up is going to be Aaron.
All right. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. All right, yeah, so I could get up on him. I got 45 feet of movement. Sorry, I should go from there. Yeah, so I want to get like right there. So I'm gonna run up. I mean, kind of like vaulting over the edge and then getting up right there, and I'm gonna go with my full combo again. So just pretty much, if you guys have seen JoJo's, just oh no, just punching into him. And yeah, let's. The first attack's gonna be with a quarterstaff, just so I could proc agile parry. And these are not at advantage. Let me change that. Normal roll. Does a 17 hit?
Normally it would, however, it is going to use its reaction. Its tail is going to whip from behind, and it is going to attempt to block your attack by increasing its AC. Adding a 6 to its AC, and it basically swats your strike out of the way, and
Okay.
the attack does not land.
All right, I did not like that, so I'm coming in with an unarmed strike now, and that. Damn, an 11.
It would be a miss.
Frustrated going in with a spending a key point. That is 3 down for a flurry of blows. Does a 15 hit?
That is a miss.
All right, luck be the lady tonight. 23.
That is a hit.
Okay, definitely spending 1 more key point for stunning strike, and that will be a total of 11 bludgeoning damage.
All right, and it's wisdom save, right?
Mm-hmm. DC 15. Oh,
An 11. It is stunned. However, it is going to use one of its legendary resistances to choose to succeed instead.
naturally. 1 burn, guys. 1 burn. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Beware
and that
the
ends my
fury
turn.
and might of the Thubanth, a creature of my own construction and creation. Next up, Rosie and Boris.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hunter marks this guy.
Okay, I'm
So,
going to mark it for you.
Yes, so
I'll mark
that
it
is
for you.
what you are marking it for me. So I have
Mark it
my
in
hunter.
pink.
What?
I said I'll mark it in pink. It's right there, the little pink
Hunter-
circle.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I'm gonna hunter marks this guy, which causes an extra 1d6 damage to the target. And tell me if I can do this, DM, because again, this is my first time playing Rosie. But on top of Hunter's Mark, am I allowed to sharpshooter?
Yes.
Perfect. On top
Sharpshooter,
of
you can choose. You can choose to use
I can-
sharpshooter at any point. It's a feat.
okay, it's perfect. So I'm going to choose a sharpshooter with my dragon wing archery, and that still gives me the 2 attacks on top of this with the Hunter's Mark, correct? Awesome. So,
So you just roll your 2 attacks with your bow, right?
Yep. So I'm gonna do
Right. So now this
20,
should
but
be,
that's
really a
minus
15.
5.
that's a 15. That's
Yeah,
really
so that's a 15. And you said I can roll it.
because you get 2 attacks per round, and a 13 minus 5, so both attacks miss.
No, I thought sharpshooter is only for 1.
You can do both if
For
you'd
both?
like, but a 13
Oh.
misses anyways.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna waste it on the 13, but so 15 misses.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna send Boris out to do his Boris bite.
Okay.
So let's hope Boris is okay. We go right there.
Oh.
Okay, cool. There we go. All right.
So
All right, cool. So it's gonna deal. All right, so it already does the crit for you. So 6.
yes. Does
piercing.
Boris bite hunt? I know Boris is my feet, so that doesn't mark as the hunter's mark because I missed. Correct? Or it is because it's biting.
It's
I
really
just
for
wanna make-
you. It's really,
Okay, that's right.
really for you. So
That's what
all
I
right,
thought. I just want to make sure.
6, 9, 15 points of damage. Okay. All right. As Boris just starts like trying to pin it down with these like praying mantis like pincers, and you can see these mandibles like slowly just starting to eat and tear away at the flesh.
Does lightning damage?
And it does lightning damage.
A lightning dragon.
Is that your turn?
Yes, and then Boris is going to step a little bit back.
All right. Well, it's going to use its.
No, he can't
opportunity
use his opportunity. No, I thought
You just moved him.
Oh,
You
no,
moved him.
because I thought he doesn't. Hold on, there's something here that said that he can't have opportunity attacks on my sheet. I'm pretty sure with Drake Companion.
We'll come back to that. We'll look at that later.
With you, yeah, with my Hold on.
I'm pretty
It's
sure.
alright.
So I'm pretty sure the way it reads, if I'm thinking about it correctly,
If I'm
is
reading it wrong.
it is if you don't command the companion to do
Then
anything, it automatically takes the dodge action.
Yeah.
But
That's
if you
what it is.
command it, then it can't.
Now we know. So do you want to stay or do you want to move?
Yeah, well, he's probably gonna get attacked no matter what. I'm just gonna stay for the moment so he doesn't get the opportunity attack on him, and pray to God that he's okay.
All right.
Because I will
Alright,
kill
you're
you
up.
if you kill him on my first day of having him.
All right, Yorig, you're up.
So Yorig, I'm going to shake out my pant leg, and a small circle clock is gonna fall out. And there's no legs or bells on it. It's just like a complete circle, and the outside's free spinning, so it just rolls all the way, pretty much like driving itself to the snake. And it's going to explode, triggering the shatter spell, which I don't know why it's not going off. Why is it not going off?
All right, I will read it off your sheet. It's not a big deal. Did it pop up? Nope. All right, let me read it off your sheet. You said shatter?
Yep. Oh, that's pretty lame. It's not going off.
Shatter. Did it pop up?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you popped it up.
Gotcha. Powerful. Each creature in a 10-foot radius centered on the point. Okay, which point are you making it? First off, it's 60
Yeah.
feet. Right here.
Oh, I'm within range. Yeah, I'm putting it right here.
All right. Must make a Constitution saving throw. Let me see what horrible Constitution's. Oh,
How quick is this thing moving? Is everyone just watching it as it like kind of slowly just makes its way to the snake?
No,
It's a self-driving clock.
Well,
You rolled a
considering it has to be within 6 seconds, I'd imagine it's scooting pretty fast. Or once,
Good point.
yeah, 6 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. It rolled a 16.
Damn. Does tie go to me?
No, that means I beat it. Failed save or half as much, so I take half 3d8. Yeah.
Yeah, half a 3d8.
Dang.
Nice.
Not bad.
Okay, so half of 16.
Yep.
All right, half of 16 it would be. All right. So the shatter spell. Creature. All right. So cool. So I'm reading it. It's not made of crystal, but the crystal in its forehead. You can see it does damage to the crystal, and it just. You can see
I'm sorry. I
it
didn't notice
shatters.
that.
Puts a little chip in the jewel embedded in its forehead. You can see now all of its attention is on Yorig.
Oh,
Oh.
Yo.
Bliss, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. And is that at the end of your turn or at the?
Wait, if that thing shatters, does that help out Bliss?
No.
Oh, Lily.
Lame.
My
At the end of-
legs!
Okay, at the end of your turn, make it. So go ahead and do your turn. You are restrained, so that means that you have your movement speed is 0.
Oh, I should have stayed in the wagon. Guys, I can't move! My legs, they're stone!
Your attack rolls against you have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So you have disadvantage on your attack rolls, and you cannot move.
Sheathing my rapier back around my waist, pulling out the short bow, just as best I can, aiming for that crystal that just beamed that heat down on me. And we're gonna roll at disadvantage. Ooh, 9.
It's a crit. That's a crit. That's a miss. So, snake sees what you're trying to do. You're moving very slow as your body is being overtaken with this stone-like petrification effect, and it ducks really quick and swiftly behind the pillar of the bridge, and the arrow goes clean over it. All right, is that your turn?
Yeah, I'll make my con save. 13.
13. Bliss, you completely turn to stone.
Oh my god.
At least you were wearing your fine clothes.
Very
Oh, yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So we can put a statue of you in your fine clothes.
Okay. Next up is Kashta.
Noticing the gaze of the Thubanth looking over here at Yorig, Kashta is going to tell it was Fern, right?
Fran.
Fran.
Farmer
Maybe
Fran.
maybe we should get out of this thing's way, and I'm going to try to persuade him to get the fuck out of the way, dude. And then I'm gonna
just
move
hides underneath the wagon.
behind Bliss and cast Dispel Magic.
Dispel magic.
Dispel Magic.
Okay, why don't you throw that up on screen?
Dispel it.
I just clicked it.
Hold
It
on one
doesn't
second.
seem to be. Okay.
I thought they updated that spell. Isn't it Dispel Science?
Cast spell magic, but as you're casting the spell, you realize that you're not getting that familiar hum of magical, like a return, like you would, like almost like radar. You're not getting a return on it. He's made of just mundane stone. There's no more magical effects. He is a stone statue of bliss.
Dang, I should have used my ring.
So that's your turn. Orin, you're up, pal.
Having fun over there, Dave.
I'm loving this. Funny,
see.
Nick doesn't know what the hell this creature is, so he can't even like. Anyways, go.
I usually
Well-
don't play into it, but
I
it's
jump
very
on-
interesting.
I jump on the seat of the carriage, seeing my friend Bliss turn to stone. I'm like, I'm officially out of retirement now. And I cast Grasp of the Poltergeist, and I attempt to dislodge that crystal from its forehead with the grasp of the ghost. That is my
All
son.
right, so it needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah, fuck your charisma, little bitch ass two
What is
bands.
his charisma at? Oh, okay, good. He is a good. That's one of my better rolls. Good.
And it increases at 6th, 10th, 14th, and 18th
Gotcha.
level. Just
So-
saying.
13. So that is a fail on the saving throw. This cool wind just whips down, and just like the force of it just hits its face, and it turns back around, and they can just feel this ghastly face. You can barely make ghastly fist, as you can barely make out its outline, just pulling onto the jewel. And as you dig into its forehead, it just begins to. You're starting to pry it out, but it's unable to. It's not really pulling. It's part of the monster, so you're trying to pull it, but it's not happy. I would say that would deal.
It's
Let's just say
not
that does-
happy.
Let's just say that deals 1d8. Let's say it does 1d8 damage just from like pulling this broken stone on its face. It doesn't pull it out, but it does some damage.
You said I got your nose to that monster.
Oh my god.
You see this? I got your freaking nose, pal. Yeah. I'm gonna keep trying to do that till that thing dislodges, dude.
You gotta roll a 1d8.
Roll a 1d8.
Alright. I'm rolling that 1d8.
1d8 of I got your nose.
Oh man. 1d3. Still.
3
Got
damage.
your 2 bands.
All right,
Ooh,
awesome.
man.
All right, let's go. So, The Thubanth is going to just whip its head back. This spell or the effect kind of dissipates, and completely disregarding Aaron and Boris, it is going to whip past them. Both of them can make an opportunity attack against it. So go ahead and make the attacks, and rush straight up to Yorig with its massive 50-foot movement speed.
Does a 17 hit?
Strike. That hits.
I will use
misses.
a key point to make it save on a stunning strike.
Let's see. Can you do that on opportunity attacks?
It says whenever you hit with a melee weapon attack.
Oh,
Yeah, son.
oh.
Trying, that's 10.
Darn it.
Bludgeoning. I'm trying.
What is it, a wisdom save?
It is a con save.
Con save. That was the +4. Good. Yeah, +4. Good. 19.
Damn. It saves. But it takes 10
Alright.
bludgeoning damage.
Yes, it does. It is going to make a bite attack against Yorig. Which is a +8 to hit.
My AC is pretty high.
Let's see about that. 14?
Hits.
Okay. And it is going to deal 2d6 piercing. 2d6 plus 4 piercing. Alright. Did that only... Oh, it rolled 1. I'm sorry. So it does 2d6. I'll roll another one. So that's 5 plus 8. That's 13.
Whoa. Is it each d6 is +4 or?
No. I'm sorry. Yep. It's just it's 2d6 plus 4, so it's gonna be
Okay, so it's 5 with 9.
9.
I'm gonna use my.
Wait, the attack's not done yet. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw,
Whoa.
my friend.
Is this still part of the same attack, or is this a secondary
Yes,
attack?
right. No, this is the same part of the same
Okay.
attack.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Con save, please.
Con save. Hold on. This is just a random d20 with my con. It's a +6, so 15.
You're gonna take 21 points of poison damage.
What? Yorig uses also.
I thought
Wait,
you said
Oh, I didn't make
2d6.
the save?
No, you failed the save,
Fuck.
so you take the poison damage.
Alright, cool.
You are now poisoned.
I'm gonna use my fade away feat, so I'm gonna go invisible after taking all this damage.
Okay. So after
What?
this, it looks back and forth, and then in your head you hear, and it is going to dart into the woods, flee.
Lame.
That is the end of combat.
Damn.
Bunch of bullshit.
Yo.
I'm gonna walk back over to the group.
Well,
Tap on Bliss. Look at Akasha and it's like, so what do you expect we do about this?
I know a guy with a metal shop back over there, and you.
Lead the way.
Muted Ash.
See we get everybody up in the wagon. Hey, someone grab that big snake over there. I've got a recipe for that snake. Get myself my big old water pot, bring it up to a rolling boil. I'll cook it up like I cook up my alligator with a side of onion and celery.
Can
Forget
someone
about
suck this
the
poison out of me?
Put that on a cracker, dude.
butter on my cracker, dude.
All right.
Fran, you're not gonna want to eat that crap.
I'll start getting some snake bits ready, as I want to eat that crap.
I'll start. I'll start lifting Bliss onto the back of the cart if I can.
All right.
Can I hear as a stone, or am I just a figure?
You are just your stone. You're just your statue.
Yeah.
You're wicked stoned, bro.
Yeah, very stoned. Stoned as they get.
You
Wow.
can't
Make your
even
athletic check.
speak, move, or hear anything.
Bro,
Make your
you're Han
athletic-
Solo casting bronze right now. You're out of the picture.
I'd definitely ask for some
Carbonite, but
help.
okay.
I'd kind of like look
I'll-
over and be like, anybody could use a hand.
Don't worry about him right now. Can someone suck the poison out of me? I've been bit.
Do you hear
Even
something?
though
How long
even
are
though
you
I'm
invisible
small.
for, Jorg?
Oh, it's till we're out of battle, so we're out of
Oh.
battle. Everyone can see me.
okay. I kind of roll my eyes and I start helping you, and I call Boris over to like also start helping you put the stone up.
So that's an athletics check.
You can suck by yourself there, Joe Rig.
Dave, you said athletics?
Is that athletics?
Athletic check, and if someone's helping you who is also proficient in athletics, you can get advantage on it.
I'm not proficient in athletics.
Yeah.
So does anyone else want to help?
I'll do it.
Sorry, I thought you
I'll-
said acrobatic. That's why I was like, oh, I'll help.
Warren, you're helping?
Yeah, with my acrobatic.
No.
No,
Athletic.
it's athletics. I thought it was acrobatics.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and
Yeah,
wait, hold on. Do we? Because I initiated it. It's up to you, Dave. If he wants to make it, that's fine. I'll help him.
Sure.
Yeah, because I have a +5 in athletics. So, bop. And I lift in one perfect power lift. I lift what's his face, Bliss, up there, and then maybe carve some snake steaks. You know, get
Gotcha.
some shanks. You know.
The 550-pound statue of Bliss is easily lifted up and put into the wagon. Fran go, oh wow, that bite doesn't look so good, pal. We go see that magic shop as soon as we get down there to you.
Right on.
By
Right
the
on,
way-
Fran.
Hey guys, can we just get out of here before we run into any more of these snake creatures? I mean, we got stones and we got someone who is poison. So let's get the ball rolling, guys. Get on here.
Yeah, I got food.
Okay. All right, so you guys are making that way. It's about a day. When I say a day's travel, I don't mean like a full day. I mean it's more like 8 hours there. Jorg, I'm gonna need you to take an additional 6d4 necrotic damage for the 6 hours.
I'm going
of
to. Am we using a reaction to absorb elements? Is that potential or no?
Nope.
Lame.
This is a supernatural poison that is coursing through your veins right now.
How much damage? 16?
16 points of necrotic damage as your body's starting to suffer from the effects of magical gangrene.
Mhm.
It's like gangrene but magical because it's D&D.
Would you say over the course of this ride that we take a short rest?
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, yo.
Dylan, if you would have recovered any sort of benefits from a short rest, you do not, and you cannot expend hit die.
Sheesh.
During the short rest, I will at least make a. Out of a random gear, I will make the spell refueling ring to recover one of my two second spell slots.
And
Second
as
level
you
spell
look down-
slots.
As you look down, you start to notice that around the affected area of the bite, your skin is starting to become scaly. And right then, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be
Yeah.
back at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Awesome.
Damn snake.
Damn.
We're back.
The mighty Thubath. All right, so you guys, your rickety wagon, they makes it over the hill. It's been several hours. Jorg is not doing well. You can see that his skin is starting to peel and become more scaly around the area of the bite. But you come to the this beautiful horizon of a golden topped castle on a steep hilltop, surrounded by miles and miles of just houses that are just in buildings stacked together on this smaller plateau. Appears to be like a temple off to the side, also with a white in color with a golden roof, a domed roof. As you enter the town is just, it looks like everybody's like clearing the streets, and they're making preparations for what you'd expect to be this festival or event that's happening on the following day. Fran is waving the people that he sees. Everybody's like cheersing to him. You guys, you're kind of drawing the attention of people. Nothing crazy, but people are like, oh, is that? Oh, okay, I think I've heard of them. You hear whispers of those sorts of talks. Fran turns back. Not much longer now. We gotta find a big Gossavan of us again. He got his little shop. He keeps it in a bag.
Right on, friend.
Let's get over there.
We gotta check the merchant's quarter over here. I know exactly where you're gonna be.
I thought I had a strange accent. I can barely understand what this man is saying.
You're right.
I'm gonna take this time while we're on the cart to kind of like flick at Bliss's nose, look up at the group, and say like, "Think he can hear us right now?"
Not as much as that rock can. And I gesture at like a pebble.
Fair enough.
All right, there's the big man right there, Gustavan, right? And as you notice, you see this enormous man. He's probably like 11 feet tall, and he's probably about four to maybe more closer to 6 feet wide, just around. He's just this enormous man. He's younger. He's just stockily built. He has this enormous gut. He's dressed extremely fine clothes, and he has this chest with him, which would be small next to him, but would be large next to you guys. And you can see he's like reaching into this chest, and he's pulling out things, and he's exchanging money for things. He pulls like this enormous sword out of this that you wouldn't expect to fit inside this this chest, and he sells it to some of the locals, like or possibly travelers, people coming in, like kind of poking around. But he's just standing in the middle of the square, and there's people just, patronizing him. So here he is. Oh, Gossavan! He just waves him over. And yes, and just waves you over. Yes, how can I help you today? Anyone?
Our friend right over here got turned into stone. Is there anything in that?
Our friend back here got turned into stone, and the other one over here got a big old snake bite. Don't worry, Rosie, I got it from here.
Thanks, Fran.
Talk to the lovely young lady. All right, and he just kind of like crouches down, like really, really low with his hands on his knees, looking towards you. It's like, don't mind me. So what can I help you with?
Well, what our friend Fran said, if you heard him before, our friend was turned into stone, and we have another one that is poisoned. So if you have anything that can help, because our buddy Fran here said that you do, that would be much appreciated.
Oh, of course. I'm just getting the chest. And he opens up this chest, and it just looks like just an empty chest. It's got a step in the chest.
Who's got a step in the chest?
Just you. Just step in the chest.
No. There's no way I'm stepping in that chest. So is there any other way?
Yorick jumps in the chest.
Yorick, just like, it's almost like you free fall through the bottom. Like almost like disappear.
Yeah, Vi would leap in. He'd kind of look back at Bliss and be like, "Friend, keep watch," and I'd jump in too.
You know, Rob, keep a watch on the wagon over here.
In the name of science, and I step into the chest.
All right, down. Anybody else?
I don't trust it. I'm gonna stay here with Fran and Boris.
Okay.
I think I'm good in the wagon too, to be honest with you.
Okay, no problem.
Are we gonna throw stone
So-
in?
So, yeah. Do you guys want to throw?
No, we don't.
listen.
I don't think that's
Okay. All right. So, as you
So
guys,
we're watching over Bliss.
so you feel this rush. Those who went through there, and you come face to face with a door. Now you're just like almost like inside what would appear like comparable to like an elevator space. It's not an elevator, but like a small room about the size of an elevator, and this ornate door in front of you. And it's called. There's a plaque on the door that says "The Merchant's Chest."
I'm gonna open the door.
Open the door.
I love it.
Gustavan is already behind the counter. He's like, just look around. Just look up what you think. Just look around.
Gustavan, this is incredible.
I'm just rushing over. And do you have any antidotes for poisons, snake bites?
Oh, snake bites. Okay. Oh, for you. Okay. Yeah, I do.
I am just in awe looking at all of this.
It's just full of everything. Just like the display cases are almost like on like a rotary kind of thing, where like those rotating kind of like those rickety rotating tables that just kind of like roll around, like swords and shit, everything. And everything's enormous. Like what you'd expect like at like chest level or like at waist level for like a counter is like at like chin level. 'Cause for him, I know it's a little quaint. Okay, it's how many of these how many potions do you need?
Can I can I go through like a while George's doing his thing? Can I do a like one of those shopping montages with Kashto where we're just like going around like looking at different like things? Kashto's like not coming out of his shell, I'm just like put it on a goofy hat or
everything has a tag on it, and there are these like tiny swirling crimson glyphs on the tags. Okay, so that's one potion. Okay, that should work. It's gonna be 1,500 gold, please.
How about 500 gold?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
It's an antidote. You can only use it once, so the price seems fair for 500.
Well, the price seems fair, seeing as you're gonna die without it.
Does he know I'm gonna die without it?
You don't know that. Make a persuasion check.
I want you to make an investigation check. You're assuming I'm dying.
Well, this guy appears to be a little.
Persuasion's 18.
900.
750.
Are you proficient with persuasion?
No.
Final offer 900.
Jesus.
Maybe
I will pay 900 if you throw in, let's say, just 2 random scrolls on this counter. I pick them up randomly.
Random?
Random.
Alright, so he snaps his fingers and like, and then you see the tag just break on the scrolls, and then also this like little like mason jar like concoction, right? And he takes and he puts like a little umbrella in it. There you go. And the scrolls are for the random scrolls. Hold on one second. They are.
Nice haggling.
They are for.
Is it? I paid $900 for a potion. I feel like I lost that one.
Started
Could have
at
been
15.
1,500.
Sure,
Would
I've
you
got it.
rather
One of-
died? Yeah.
One of the scrolls is blur, and and the other one is enlarge reduce.
Blur and sick. Love it.
Enlarge reduce.
Yep.
Okay, let's do business.
As he's, I'm sorry. Can you? What's the name again? Can you type it in chat?
Blur and then
No. The name of the guy. Gustavon. So like as we're kind of going about this, I just Gustavon. We have a friend that's turned to stone. You wouldn't happen to have anything for that too, would you?
Yeah.
Well, that's excellent. How much, if you don't mind me asking?
So he kind of like, he snaps his fingers, and all these like potions are just like floating in the air, and he's like, yeah. And all of them like, what? 3,500 gold, please.
Oh, 3,500. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see from the place it's spectacularly nice. You drive a hard bargain.
I do.
That you do. Do you mind if I talk with my associates here?
I'm gonna chug this potion.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. If you just hold on 1 second, Gustavon, we'll be right back. I want to go over to Kashta and Jorik and relay the information about 3,500 for the petrification.
So, Jorg, you are no longer poisoned. You can recover hit points again. You can recover things on a short and long rest, but you do not recover any of the health. It just basically eliminates the condition. That's all it does.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, in confidence, I would be whispering in Elven. You speak Elven, I'm assuming, as a half elf.
I do. I am not a half elf. I'm a
you full elf. That's right. I would obviously hush.
I'm sorry,
between,
Gustav Von, mind giving us just we're gonna go to the front of the shop just to give us a little privacy while we talk.
Yeah. Take your time. Yeah.
Okay. As I'm walking away, can I insight check him?
Sure. What are you looking for?
I am looking for so Vi sees him as a genuine nice fella, but there's little instances where he's been like very assertive and it's thrown Vi off guard, and I'm just trying to like look for like, is this guy like pulling the wool veil over our faces, or is he actually, a nice guy?
Go ahead and go ahead and roll insight, please.
All right. And because I'm a paladin elf, it's at advantage. 8.
Dang, son.
Oh.
As far as you can tell, he's been very genuine. He is just an experienced haggler and negotiator. He's uncomfortably monotone, and he might be on the spectrum a little bit.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, I pull Kasha and Jorg back to the back end of the store and go back into discussing the price and stuff.
So basically, I think we have a few things to bargain with. He seems like a very lucrative businessman. Maybe we could offer trade lines to Kashta's repository. And I do still have this mithril sword. It might go for a pretty penny. Obviously, we cannot leave this shop without a cure for our friend Bliss.
Yeah, and I'm sure worst comes to worst, we could at least peek our heads out and ask the rest of the group.
Let me see it.
What?
Sword. Let me see the sword.
He can hear us?
He speaks Elvish.
But we're in the front of the shop, I thought.
I thought you said you returned.
No. We were talking business over there.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you guys returned. Okay, I got you. Never mind. As I was. Now you know he speaks Elvish.
Well,
you could always haggle with the
I
price.
feel like we were returning anyway. So, Kasha, if you want to lead.
Yeah, I would pull the mithril sword out of my bag and would you be interested in maybe making a trade?
Yeah, well, for potion sword. Yeah. Trade and 1,000 gold pieces, please.
I'll throw in 5 keys that have a 5% chance of opening any lock.
Okay. And he kind of like looks back at his display case, and he has like literally hundreds of keys like behind him, and he goes, 1 sword and 999 gold pieces, and the keys.
I immediately put aside like if anybody was gonna make like a gesture or whatnot, and I dropped my sack of 1,000 gold pieces, and I was like, and there's 1 more copper to cover the exchange. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, thank you. The potion takes 1 day.
All right,
1 day to work.
good to know. And
Just on top.
answered my
Just-
question. You're quite intuitive.
Yeah.
We're going to have to carry around this paperweight for an entire day?
I'm
can,
sure we'll figure it out.
You can go to the den, maybe the inn, maybe
What inn are you talking about?
the merchant's inn.
Perfect. And what part of the city was that in?
Just go back to the door and turn around 3 times and just open the door.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Is there anything here that would catch my eye as witch doctor?
There is there's different like spell components that appear to be more potent. More spell components that are more let me actually, you know what, I will. Just give me 1 sec. I have my little roller here. Give me 1 second.
Roll away, baby.
All right, here's one actually, because I made this for you, but I'll give you the option to buy it now. It's essentially a rod of the Pact Keeper, Nick, but it's for warlock spells. It's a +2 version of it, and he is selling it for 1,500 gold. Steel.
We might need to pause really quick. My internet is, I think, bugging.
Sure. So, are you guys done shopping? Cause we'll just, while he's fixing that up.
I got 1 more purchase.
All right, 1 more purchase. What are we doing, Dill?
I want to know what your most least expensive item is in the shop.
The least expensive, and he looks back at the keys, and he pulls off a key ring of these keys. They have a what was it, 15% chance of opening any lock, or 5%?
5%.
It's a ring of keys that have 5% chance of the ones you just gave him. Just like here you go.
How much? Wait, how much are they? I just want to know prices of trying to get their high and low prices of inventory in here.
These keys are 100 gold.
What is your? I can't even make a deal now. I will.
There's upkeep, and it's got to pay for the space, and a lot of overhead. And so that's when we sell things. And
So I have 100 gold left, and I want to see if he'll take 100 gold to see if I could
he'll
roll.
sell. He has some common first level spell scrolls for about 100 gold pieces.
So I want to make a wager with him. Any scroll randomized. It's called like I don't know, something like a coin flip or something, to where I
won't be a
can
coin flip.
gamble it. I know, but something like a D20 where I could gamble something higher, more pricey, just with the 100
Alright,
gold
so-
I have.
How about this? We'll do. What is the maximum amount of spell slot you can cast right now? A level 3 or 4 spell?
Level
three spell?
2. Yeah, level 3.
Yeah.
Level 2.
Level 3. I think it's a level 3 spell. So you have a 5% chance of getting a. So that'll be a 20 to get a level 3 spell. You have a 10% chance, so a 19 or an 18 for level 2. And everything below is a level 1. You can roll your d20.
Hell yeah.
5. Alright, and at random, for a level 1 spell scroll for 100 gold pieces.
Love it.
Have fun staying outside tonight because you can't buy a room.
Oh, I know, right? Those are expensive. Alright, let's see. Let me pick a really good one. This is a level 1 spell scroll for the spell Snare.
Perfect. I will take it.
I would also like to barter for that wand.
Okay, sure.
In the meantime, basically, I would offer 60-40 trade rights to Kashta's repository, and we pay for the shipping of whatever items he's selling, and he makes 60% profit. So basically, like, you can expand your business
Okay.
to lower the
You-
price of the wand.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh.
Should have asked for the wand and good receiving rights to start a new business.
17.
A 17. He says, "You know what? I trust that when how about this?" So he holds the tag. He does something on the to the holds the rod, and he wiggles his fingers over the glyph, and the glyph becomes imposed onto the rod itself. The tag falls off. He hands it to you. It says, "It's on the house, but I'm gonna need it back before you leave the city."
So he's lending me the wand.
As long as you're in the city, and we can renegotiate when you're ready to leave.
All right, that sounds great. What else can you tell me about these? And I would show him the raw lens from the gem, and the broken celestial sword, Orin's idol, and Hope's chisel.
Okay.
And I will give him a gold piece for the information. I think that's pretty fair. If it's good, I'll tip him.
If you leave he basically says, if you leave this with me, it's going to take a couple of days, but he'll be able to give you a full report on all of them.
And I will hold the wand as collateral. Like, you won't get the wand back until I get that back.
Fair is
Fair?
fair.
Fair is fair. All right, I'm ready to roll.
Okay. So, if everybody's ready to roll, I'd just say for the sake of time, you guys go back out. Ashley's obviously waiting. You guys meet up with Orin. He basically will just say that he comps you a night at the Merchant's Inn. He explains you guys explain to you guys, back down to the chest, spin around 3 times, go back through the door. It's lavish inn. You guys are spending the night in. You're told that the event starts early in the morning to be ready, and to join the royal family Prouver at the castle, right, for the event, where they are going to be presenting a statue of the late great hero Olgmer Backbreaker for auction, and also you will be a a defining year, a defining 6 months of peace between the Boer clans of the north, which are a half orc and orc tribe, a large tribe, and the grand city of Yield. And the leader of that tribe will be the chieftain, will be in attendance. Also, a local hero will be there. Will be there for the event to sign autographs and do meet and greet, as well as one of the affluent um, families in the city, the Drompiri family. They will also be in attendance. So we'll just say that morning's up. Bliss begins to not be stone anymore, and you guys are getting ready to leave.
Can someone just make sure that the stream is still
Where
running?
am I?
I will check for you.
Yeah, just because
Yeah.
I can't refresh any page right now, so I don't.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
still going.
So long as it's
So
good.
cool.
Where'd the
So,
snake go?
Do you know what year it is, Bliss?
Yeah. Don't you?
Whatever year he thinks it is, I'm going to tell him it's 3 years later.
okay, make a deception check with advantage. And Bliss, roll an insight. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
Yeah. Disadvantage. Bullshit. Crap. Insight.
All right. So yeah, you used to think it's been 3 years.
What? What do you mean
When we
3
were-
years?
When we were in battle, the stone casted a spell on you, and you were just pretty much zombified for 3 years, just walking around. We all thought you were just following us. Pretty much, I've been giving you tasks, easy tasks that you can do, and so has everyone else. You've been putting on these socks every morning. You don't remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Of course. Duh.
Okay.
I kind of look around.
Well, we're in a
and-
city now. Do you know where you are?
Wouldn't the last thing I remember, we were going to Grand City of Beyond
Yield.
Yield. Yeah, we're City Yield, duh.
Yeah, but this is our 3rd time here. We've been coming here every year to celebrate the anniversary of the Great Barbarian.
Vi
I
started
know.
to laugh a little bit.
So you guys are all chuckling. You guys are in the back of this wagon, and he goes, "They're just pulling your leg there, Bliss. Just come on, let's get it going." And like Bliss, you freak out. You're all pissed and everything. So you guys are heading down the road. You make it there. You are you come up to the guards, like the inner wall around the castle proper, and one of the guards, Bolt, right there. You have your letter. He goes, "Oh, right away," and he directs you around the corner. Just go this way, around the back, and through the under garage there. We'll prepare you for the ceremony. Do you have your presentation ready?
Presentation?
The
What?
bards are the music, the musicians, the dancers.
There was nothing in this letter of that.
Well, it's customary that when you see the king, you present yourself with a group. Anyway, I'm sure we have some musicians that would just go around the back, and he kind of like directs you and around the back, and you can see like behind you guys and like the rest of the caravan, you see like these eloquently dressed dancers and whatever. You see all these different like people of importance, VIPs, coming with their various like dancing parades and things like that. You guys are just showing up with this like gnome on a wagon. Just you guys go around the back, and that's where you meet. Hold on a second. Excuse me. So you're around the back, and you have the pleasure of meeting passing. What the heck? Layer. I'm sorry, to front. You have the pleasure of meeting this stout man who is just walking. He has a cloak draped over his arm. He's walking with this very petite, beautiful woman and several guards. And he comes up and he introduces himself. He shakes his hand and he says, "Welcome to the castle. I am Lord Alexandru, the boisterous Prouver. Lady Prouver, please make yourself at home and enjoy the festivities. I'd like to get to know you more, but for right now I'm a little preoccupied, and I'd like to invite you to a private dinner after the ceremony."
We would be honored.
And he bows his head, expecting you guys to bow back.
Yeah. Vi's
Bowing back.
bound.
I would follow
Please.
your lead.
Eloquently.
Please enjoy. And there's like tables and tables of food and banquets and things like that. And as he walks away, several other people walk in. There is a gorgeous, fair-skinned noble who walks in, and there is a older, scarred man with very peculiar golden eyes with cat-like vertical pupils walks in, and he has some scaly skin along his cheeks. And then an elderly, finely dressed woman walks in, and they all introduce themselves. And the woman, she has her cane. She comes up and she says, "Why, thank you so much for honoring my grandson. I remember being a young adventurer like you, and now, thank you for paying your respects, and I wish you all but just the best of luck with your endeavors and adventure. Please, my name is Lady Backbreaker. You can call me Olga."
Being as old as I am, would I have heard tales of the legendary Olga Backbreaker?
Make a history check.
I'd like to jump in that knowledge train as
That's
well,
going
seeing that
on.
that's
I just
what
did
Vi
it.
has studied.
Sure.
Does the audience know about the
compliment be
glory of the Lefties? Do they know of our previous party?
14.
This is
14. All right. Well, I'm sure we can get. Yes, I am one of the founding members of the Lefties. Now, please, don't let that intimidate you. The night is about my grandson. Now, I've been told you're invited to dinner, and I'll be more than happy to share extraordinary tales and adventures with you, and maybe share some advice. But I must prepare for the ceremony.
Very well. I would like to speak to the fair-skinned lady who reminds me of a certain serpent I saw on the roadway.
All right. She walks over and she bows towards you, and she goes, "Who do I owe the pleasure of meeting?"
Did she address me directly?
Yeah, you walked up to her. She bowed.
Oh, yeah. I would bow back and, gosh darn the Ganga.
Gosh, I am Lady Isabel of Drumpiri, of the Drumpiri family. We're here to, unfortunately, my husband could not be here, and I'm sure he would love to meet you and your group. But we'll be here bidding for the charity what would you call it, the auction of the statue that will be up. Now, what brings you into town?
I did receive an invitation to come to this ceremony. I was curious, what would you do with said statue if you do manage to purchase it?
Well, here's the thing. I'd love to have it, but the curator, your absent participant in the auctions, seems to be swooping in and buying all of them. It would be on display in Castle Drampiri.
Well, it's been an honor, Lady Isabel.
Twas.
Bows
And
respectfully.
she bows and she walks away. And this last gentleman approaches you, and he has this toothpick in his mouth, and you can notice he has a fanged tooth as he's sucking on the end of this toothpick. Brings you all to town.
The service, of course.
I suppose. You know, there's only room for one group of adventurers here in Yield. And I am my own group.
It's rather a large city. That's a strong claim to make.
Clearly, you've never heard of me in my tales.
I didn't catch your name.
Wait for the ceremony and you'll know.
Very well. I'll be looking forward to it.
And you see there's like a nictating membrane that goes over his eyes, very reptilian in nature, as he walks away. Alright, so the ceremony starts, and down at the end, like this enormous open path that leads up the hill around to the castle, and you can see you guys are seated just below, like you have like the big stage where Alexandra the Boisterous and all like the royal families are, and you're off the side on the table, seated just outside of the castle where other VIPs are and distinguished guests, and from down the hill you can hear. Hold on a second. You hear clattering of like metal, like shields against plate armor, and just banging of just like heavy axes and hammers against them. There's war horns, and you see these enormous elephant-sized boars that are just traveling in a single file line down the city streets, and hundreds and hundreds of orc warriors that are just completely clad in ornate armor with flags on their coming off their backs, waving, with this big imagery of boars and boar tusks, and they're just carrying torches, and they have these giant war drummers that are on the backs of these boar, and you can see this older orc chieftain that's just riding this enormous boar down the city streets, right? And everybody's just kind of like, and they're kind of moving their kids aside, and they're just stoic and just intimidating, and they're just looking absolutely intense, and they're walking, and they come up to the front of the castle, and Alexandru the Boisterous looks up, he bows, and the chieftain gets off the top, walks up, looks him in the face, bows, winds up, and just punches him square in the face. Punches Alexandru in the face, blood sprays, and you can see like there's this like little tiny like orc that's holding like a piece of paper like underneath, and blood sprays on the paper. Alexandru winds up and and you see he has like a little piece of lead in his hand, and he open hand just smacks the orc chieftain in the face, and blood sprays on the same sheet of paper. And the little one holds up a pen, and a mogul, he writes. Chieftain a mogul writes his name, and Alexandru writes his name, and then they give like this intense arm shake, and they hug each other. And a mogul turns around, and he holds up the sheet of paper, and he just shouts, "Peace!" at the top of his lungs, and all of the orcs go absolutely wild, and the rest of the people start cheering. This is signifying the 6 months of peace between the two groups, and Alexandru invites the orc chieftain into the castle, and the rest of the orcs in the caravan turn around. They walk back. They start to march back down. Formalities occur, whatever, and after that, all the VIPs are brought back inside for dinner. I'll sit down.
I just want to lean over to Bastion and be like, what a weird culture.
So as you walk into the dining room, it's very strange. It's just like, he's Chief of Mogul, which I will put up on the screen, of the Boar clan, Alexandru, the Boisterous Prouver, Lady Olga Backbreaker, Deo Friends, Lady Isabel, and one last person, who's a blindfolded person who Lord Alexandru the Boisterous is walking in to sit down at the table, and that's when they begin the auction. And there's an auctioneer wheels in this like statue, the stoic statue of this Goliath warrior, just holding a sword and a shield. And we will start the bidding. We'll start the bidding at 100,000 gold, 100,000 gold. Do I hear 150,000 gold, 150,000 gold, 200,000 gold, 200,000 gold over here in the back, 2,000 gold. Sir, Lord, okay, 600,000 gold. We raised up 600,000 gold. Lord Alexandru, anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. And then in the back, you can see like there is a what would you call it? The silhouette, like a ghostly like silhouette, almost like an unseen servant but slightly distorted, and he raises a paddle. And one in the back for the curator for 1 million gold pieces, 1 million gold pieces. Anybody? 1,500,000 gold pieces for the Lord, and we'll last call 1,500,000 gold pieces, 1,500,000 gold pieces, and 2 million gold pieces, 2 million gold pieces in the back. Anybody less call for 2 million. Anybody in the front over there? You sir over here in the front. You sir, ma'am in the back. Ma'am, anybody. And sold 2 million gold pieces to the curator. Let's get him delivered. Okay, perfect. And I guess the servant thing like writes out a note, like a bank note, and hands it off. And he goes, okay, perfect. And they wheel off the statue. So you all sit down for dinner, and Alexandru the Boisterous, he sits down and he goes, and it's customary for everybody to wait for him to take the first bite. He takes the first bite, and you can all begin eating. I've been following your exploits, Misfits, for the past few months. I'm glad that you were able to take us up on this occasion at the behest and request of the curator. I'm happy to have you.
Happy to be received by you.
I would be deferring to all of Vi's mannerisms and basically just following your lead because you have the noble air about you. So I would want to be on my best behavior while also reading the room.
Yeah, I am just, cutting very neat, using the different knives and stuff. I'd even chime in and say, Lord Alexander, it is an honor.
Alexandru.
Sorry, Alexandru. Um, it's an honor that to be invited here, as our friend Owen had said. I'm glad that you have been keeping an eye on us. We are truly honored to be in your light.
I'd like to hire you on a more familiar basis.
I look at the group and start nodding.
If possible, perhaps we can negotiate a contract of sorts. Ordinarily, willing to pay 10,000 gold pieces a month.
We can look into our scheduling. We are quite booked with other parties interested in our pursuits.
I think this would be a spectacular offer to unite the Misfits under the liege of your lordship.
I would be curious to see what line of work you would hire us for.
Whatever serves the needs of the king.
And what if the king said we had to murder 10,000 babies?
Then I suppose that it's not within the character of the king, and that seems to be a foolish and quite absurd situation to speculate on.
Maybe it is, but I do not like the idea of hiring myself out to be a mercenary at your... Whatever you decide we shall do. There must be some sort of boundaries and parameters to this contract, no?
Well, I'm sure Deo Friends here is going to be turning over doing the handoff. He was our prior bounty hunter of sorts. Took over these sorts of tasks. They came up from time to time within the Yield and surrounding territories. And isn't that right, Deo? He kind of looks over. That's right.
Oh, so you're being let go?
Other things have come up, more pressing issues. I do need to separate myself from...
We're pressing on the king.
Anyways. If this is how I'm going to be treated, I suppose it's time for me to leave. I wish you all adieu, and I will leave you the handoff if necessary, if you do come to an agreement. Sir, with all due respect, Lord Alexandru, our contract is now over. And he stands up, he slides out his chair, and just walks out of dinner.
As he's walking away, I would be like, hey, your friend's famous bounty hunter. What can you tell me of a creature called the Thuban?
Appears to be the pressing matter I'm attending to. Shall talk later. He walks out.
Interesting.
Just want to ask Lord Andrew if he knows what the king is to ask of us, because it seems like he has an idea.
Well, as you see, I'm one of the local lords. 7 others. But for right now, you'd be working directly for me, as we need a group of rough and tough adventurers willing to take on the difficult tasks to keep the peace within these cities. We were able to infuse great wealth into both the 2 towns of Fairwillow and this newly rediscovered town of Whalehaven. It's quite impressive. Tales of your exploits have radiated throughout those smaller villages. It's caught my attention. Not
We
quite
ask
steam.
for payment for, what's his name, Fern?
What's that?
Could we get so 10,000 for each of us? Could we get some payment for Fern as well?
Fran?
Fran, to help with his speech. He makes it for a terrible messenger.
So, Fran is with you guys right now. You haven't
Oh,
directed
nice.
us otherwise. So Fran is actually this little country bumpkin is just sitting in this.
Hell yeah.
He's sitting there and goes, Remember the time the Misfits they went out there on the Whalehaven past the shroud and they went up with them bullywug. They stopped them vampire folk.
As I said, it makes for a terrible messenger.
But an incredible tale.
Ew.
And even more incredible soup,
So
because
As you
I'm
all
sure
begin
the country
I-
bumpkin
as you
likes
guys all begin to continue eating dinner and conversing, whatever, you can see now the conversation has become more levity, and as people begin to get more intoxicated and loosen their inhibitions begin to loosen a little bit, and they start to get more, jovial and, a little bit more comfortable in their conversations. You see even the orc chieftain. Whoa. So, I do have a gift for you, Alexandra. Oh, you do. Awesome. He claps these giant mitts of orc hands, and two half-orc women, they come in, and they're holding a pelt. Enormous pelt, a brown pelt. And the ends of the hairs are mossy and just filthy. And he says, this is one of pelt of great value. And, this is for you, cloak. This is a pelt of a giant ground sloth. So, we've been clearing out these savage beasts for the past several months. They've been encroaching into our boars' feeding grounds, foraging grounds. This one came off a monster. That's for you.
I'm sorry. What was the pelt again? I was wrapped up in the conversation with Bliss just now. Oh no, I'm talking in character as Vi.
Oh, this is a legendary beast. 20, 30 feet tall at the shoulder. Immense claws, walking on the palms of their hands. Curved claws. They've gotten too big to dwell in the trees, so they walk across the ground, shaking it with every step. One swipe of their claws can cut a man in half. Took this one down.
Are these related to Zula
That's what I was.
in any way?
These are
thinking Sula.
think of the
I was about to go in.
dude. Think about the difference between a half orc and an orc. Like an orc is this giant creature, and you have a half orc, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a sloth, which would be Ashley. You have a giant ground sloth, which is this giant
Which
creature.
got it on with a human. Got it.
Nice.
Okay,
Oh
so
my God.
he wasn't killing their. I'm not looking at Zula's people's flesh right now, am I?
You're looking at like a sub race of sloths,
Okay,
pelt of sloths.
Sure, they're not happy about
definitely still unnerved.
Same.
Having bonded
Oh.
with Zula.
The night continues, whatever, and you can see the chieftain, a mogul. Perhaps I've had too much to drink. And he has his napkin, he's patting his face, and he just falls right into his food, not breathing.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Shit.
Passive
I
perception all
immediately
around
bolt.
the room.
You're looking around, everybody's in shock. The Drampiri lady, she stands up, she's covering her mouth. Lady Backbreaker, she comes over and she's checking his pulse. Looks like she's doing what you'd expect to be like a medicine kind of check, a lay
I
on
would-
hands.
Like to
I
help
have
with
a-
medicine check.
I have a very small bellow type of device in my coat that I would like to start breathing for him with.
Gotcha. So you stick this bellow in his mouth, and she's just like, she's laying her hands on him, trying to trying to use her paladin ability, lay on hands. You can see that it's making no effect. And you can see out of the corners of his mouth is starting to foam.
Can I
And his eyes are rolling back.
also help with the either medicine, nature, or survival check to see if
Medicine
I
check.
make a medicine check? 19.
19. You determine that he is deceased.
Oh, he's just straight up dead. What
He's
about
dead.
do I recognize any signs or symptoms or smells of whatever happened?
As part of the medicine check, you notice the foaming at the mouth, probably an ingested poison.
Yeah.
I'd like to. So, per my being a pallet elf, I'm able to cast a few spells once per day. I'm gonna look at the group, like shocked, and just saying, I'm going to search for this guy, and I'm gonna use I'm cast invisibility on myself, and then.
So Alexandria's just like, oh, guards! And he calls for the guards, and all the guards rush in. And he says, oh, one just disappeared and the chieftain is dead.
This motherfucker.
He
This
didn't
man-
he didn't hear me call out that I was.
Yeah, did
Going
we
to look for-
nearby?
Did you just go
'Cause-
invest?
No,
Did you
I
call
said
that out,
I
or-
said I was calling out and
He
saying
told
I'm
the-
going to look for the guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
gotcha. Okay,
so
never
we-
mind then. He
Okay.
still calls for guards. The guards
Uh,
come in.
I would inform the group that my medical experience tells me that he's been poisoned and he is definitely dead. The entire room.
So at this point, the guards, they come in, they push everybody off to the sides. Not push them, but like separate everybody from the table. They start taking the glasses. They start marking the glasses, everything like that. They go in the back. You can see that they're pulling the cooks and all of the waiters and waitresses out, and they're binding them together in shackles. They're sending them down to what appears to be some sort of dungeon or holding cell, and they're respectfully asking everybody who's in the room to stay seated in the corner of the room until they at least start their investigation. And Alexandru looks and he goes, the entire orc army sits within the walls of the city, and their chieftain is dead. What are we going to do? That's where we're going to end the session.
Wow.
Oh, snap.
Mask of many faces.
Imagine.
Oh shit.
All right.
Not a bad idea, actually. Wow.
Oh man, part of me was thinking about telling everyone I'll be back in like 2 hours and going invisible to follow that dude that was gonna go see the snake.
Ayo, friends.
Yeah.
Is his name Ayo Friends?
Ayo, friends.
Deo
It's some-
friends.
Something like that.
Oh, just
Bayo, like
information,
Scott
information that I should have relayed that I did not relay. The statue was carved or chiseled, or however you want to say it, was sculpted. Sculpted is the appropriate verb. The statue is sculpted by a famous. Did I put them in the thing? See, I did put them in there. Yep, I put them up there. I didn't describe who they were. Van Pentster, who is a blind sculptor, and he is the one who's also at dinner. I just noticed him on the page, and I didn't introduce him. He's the one who
Damn,
made
if I
the
knew
statue.
that, I would have put up a bid.
I knew it was a Van Penster. Maybe I would have shelled out for it.
I only have $3.
So, what do you guys think? Start with you, Mike.
Yeah, a lot was thrown at us. I'm just kind of sitting back because we're in a new surrounding, a bunch of new characters, just trying to get our ground, and I don't want to push anything too far because, just as it lays out, you don't want to make yourself off in a worse position like Vi almost did, and Yeah, I mean this can go. Who knows what's gonna happen? Like you said, the Orc army is outside. They just declared peace. They might not perceive it that way if they find out this guy's dead.
What about you, Dill?
Dude, a bounty hunter just got fired pretty much. Now their peace treaty is going to shit. Kind of think about who's gonna be, but I thought it was a fun combat, like on the road, quick, simple, entertaining. And then just dealing with new characters is fun.
Tim, what about you?
The start of this arc, it's very hard to tell whose arc it could be. There are lots of connections, or I really like the mysterious former bounty hunter who is, I love that this is a classic dinner party whodunit, right? Like this is like I love that kind of stuff, and we're obviously probably gonna be suspects. This is gonna be awesome. I'm really excited for this.
Nick P.
Just when they pull, what is it? Just when I'm out, they pull me back in. That's how I feel. So, I mean, you have to think about it from Oren's perspective. He's been like somewhat retired, like semi-retired, and like just running his lumber mill, and now all of a sudden he's thrust back into it. Like, bro, I guess I'll stick around for a few more episodes and finish off this arc. But yeah, this is getting crazy. I don't like this shifty looking. I don't like this goddamn. What is it?
Ayo friends.
Like night van. Yeah, I don't like what's. I'm trying to think of the damn Ethan Hawke movie where they're daywalkers or daybreakers or something. He looks like one of those vampires. I don't like him. I don't like his face. So I hope it's him so I can freeze his ass.
What about
Well,
you? What about you,
okay.
Nick? You were particularly intrigued with the combat.
No, I thought it was a good session. I think Dylan said it best. It was entertaining. It was on the road. It was a cool like change of creature. I thought the homebrew creature or the creature from another source.
Thuban. It's homebrew.
Homebrew. I thought it was pretty cool. Love the new setting. I love that we're in a city with people and we're meeting all these interesting characters. Love the politics of it all. Love the inclusion of Olga. And yeah, I think Vi did that reactively, given that the characters didn't know, but before he had gotten kidnapped, first thing. So I think in good intention, he was going to look for, the people, and he thought, okay, maybe I could catch this person if I'm like hidden, so I'm not causing a distraction if they're still nearby. But yeah, and then one last thing, Vi dropped a load of money on getting Bliss back up, and he might try to leverage that for some fun.
Now, my favorite part of this whole thing is introducing new NPCs. Who's your favorite one out of all these people?
Merchant,
Mark
duh.
Yeah,
Merc-
definitely
Yeah, like
Augustovan.
Augustovan.
Yeah. I thought you guys would
We
like
should-
the Cajun gnome. I thought you might like that. The inclusion of a Cajun.
Yeah, does the audience know about like Olga Backbreaker and Artemis and all the former? Wow,
Sure
so that was
that,
our
You have to check the archives.
yeah. That was day one stuff. That was back before anyone was even watching, bro.
Now we firmly set this in the timeline when this occurs approximately.
All right, so cool.
So, does anybody have any questions or anything?
all good.
Oh, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys had a good session. Mike, sorry I had to turn you to stone. I can't wait to do it again.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was 5 hit points away from death.
Oh, dude. I mean, you were gonna take 1d4 necrotic damage every hour until.
I'm pretty hyped about this.
Yeah, 2 hours I would have been dead.
I thought I was still gonna be stoned for the auction because you said it was taking place in the morning.
I
So what do you
thought
think
so
of that,
too.
Mike?
That would have
So
been
now-
great if we could have auctioned Bliss, and he could have just walked back to us when he came out of stone.
That would have been funny. So yeah, yep. So we have a just to put in your heads. We have a an auction. You guys have been sent by the curator. He's a fan of you guys. He sent you to meet Alexandru to be his guest. There's this blind sculptor who's sculpts famous warriors and things like that, and auctions off the statues when they die.
Is he actually blind or just pretending to be
So
blind?
we got this curator. A curator is a guy who like gets the auction together, correct?
He just is his. Nobody knows his real name. He just goes by the curator.
He's the one who gathered like the sculptor's pieces to get the auction set up, correct? Or no?
It's possible. That's what typically a curator would
Just
do.
one. Yeah.
do,
So
they'll
why is he bidding
showcase-
on his own things? That
They'll
he...
showcase everything. They'll showcase, to be. That's just his name, the curator.
All right.
Maybe he did it.
I'm just wondering why you would set up an auction and then just bid on everything. Why not just go to the sculptor yourself and buy it?
Who's to say that he's like I said? Who's to say that he is the curator of this auction? Or this?
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, who's to say that? Nobody knows. Nobody's ever seen him.
All right.
That's it.
Cool.
All right.
Dave, can we talk afterwards though?
Yeah,
After
sure.
the stream's over.
So let's
Peace,
say-
but yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Adios.